People in my hometown still whisper about the well behind the abandoned church. They say if you drop a coin in at midnight and wish for something selfish, you won't get what you want, you'll get visited instead. I never believed that nonsense. Not until the summer I turned 19. It was supposed to be a prank. We were bored teenagers, me, Nathan, and Jordan. We had nothing to do except break into places we shouldn't be in. One night, Jordan dared me to do it. But you won't throw a coin in and wish for her back. He meant Emily, my ex. She dumped me for reasons I pretended didn't matter. I'd have done anything to rewind time back then. So, we hopped the rusty fence behind St. Jude's, a crumbling ruin the town council pretended didn't exist. The well sat behind the old stone wall, half swallowed by ivy and brambles. Locals swore it used to supply water to the rectory, until a boy drowned in it back in the 1920s. After that, they sealed it. But the lid rotted off long ago. Standing there in the moonlight, I felt something cold breathe up from below. It smelled like damp soil and rusted metal. Nathan shivered. Jordan laughed. I pulled a coin from my pocket, a tarnished quarter I'd found earlier under my car seat. Say it out loud? Man. So, we know you're not chicken. I closed my eyes. I swear I didn't even really believe it, but I whispered anyway. I wish Emily would come back to me. No matter what. Then I dropped the coin. It hit stone somewhere deep. Deep down. Bounced twice. Then silence. Jordan clapped me on the back, all fake bravado. Nathan didn't say anything, but as we turned to leave, I heard something. Not an echo. Not a splash. A voice? Small, hoarse, far below. One wish, one debt. We booked it back to the fence, laughing to hide the goosebumps crawling up our necks. Jordan swore he didn't hear it. Nathan wouldn't meet my eyes. I tried to shake it off. It was probably a trick of wind and teenage stupidity. 3 nights later, Emily called me, out of nowhere, crying, saying she missed me, that she didn't know what she'd been thinking. I should have been happy, and I was, for about a day. Until she showed up at my door at 3 a.m., soaking wet, barefoot, muttering things that didn't make sense. When I asked where she'd been, she just stared at me with eyes that looked darker than I remembered. Then she whispered, "One wish, one debt." Before I could ask what that meant, she smiled, a smile too wide for her face, and leaned close enough for me to smell moss and old water clinging to her hair. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep the night after, either. In the days that followed, I heard tapping at my bedroom window, even when she was asleep beside me, and sometimes, when I checked the hallway mirror, I swear I saw a shape behind my shoulder, tall, lean, dripping wet, watching, waiting. Emily didn't sleep like she used to. I'd wake at 2 or 3 a.m. and find her standing by the window, staring into the yard like she was waiting for someone to come up the driveway. When I asked what she was looking at, she'd just whisper, "He's thirsty." Then she'd smile and crawl back under the blankets, skin freezing, hair dripping as if she'd just stepped out of a river. But the floor was always dry. Nathan and Jordan didn't believe me when I told them. Jordan laughed, the same idiot bravado as always. "Bro, she's your ex. She's messing with your head. Just enjoy it." Nathan, though, Nathan just looked sick. A week after the wish, he cornered me behind the gas station where he worked nights. He smelled like cheap coffee and sweat. You need to undo it. That well, people used to say you feed it your secrets. That's why the priests built the church over it, to keep it quiet. I barked out a laugh. So what do I do? Pray over it. He grabbed my arm so hard it hurt. No, you pay it back. I didn't ask him how he knew. I didn't want to. 2 days later, Jordan went missing. Last seen near the edge of the woods behind St. Jude's. Search parties found his bike leaning against the old fence, a trail of footprints leading to the well, then nothing. Emily didn't react when I told her. She just kept brushing her hair in the mirror, strands coming out in clumps, her smile stretched tight. That night, the dream started. I'd see the bottom of the well, black water swirling over pale stones. Something down there, coiled and waiting. A shape like a man with antlers made of tangled roots. When it opened its mouth, I heard my own voice echo back. One wish. One debt. I'd wake choking on brackish water that wasn't there. I tried to break up with her, the thing wearing Emily's skin. I packed her bags, pushed her out the door. She didn't scream or cry. She just stood on my porch all night, tapping on the glass, humming a song I knew she never liked. In the morning, I found her curled up on my couch like she'd never left, smiling. Nathan called me again, voice shaking. You need to give it something else, or it takes whatever it wants. I asked him what he meant. A life, a secret, a piece of you, it doesn't care what, just feed it. Before I could say more, the line went dead. The next day, Nathan's mom found him drowned in his bathtub. No sign of struggle, no water on the floor, just him, eyes wide, lips blue. On the bathroom mirror, traced in condensation, paid. I knew then I couldn't run. I went back to the well at midnight, coin in my hand, just like before. Emily followed me, humming that same broken tune. When I looked into the well's mouth, the stone walls seemed to breathe. She leaned close and whispered in my ear, "He's still thirsty." And then she laughed, a gurgling, bubbling laugh that sounded like water swirling down a drain. The night I went back to the well, the world felt smaller somehow. The wind didn't move the trees, the grass lay flat and dead beneath my feet. Emily, or whatever wore her face now, walked behind me barefoot, humming that broken melody, her hair trailing like a wet veil. I stood at the stone edge, staring into blackness so thick it seemed to push back at my eyes. I dropped the coin in my pocket, the same kind I'd tossed the first time, as if that mattered. It hit the dark below and vanished without a sound. Behind me, she spoke in a voice that was mine and hers and something older. One wish. One debt. One more. She stepped closer. I smelled moss and rot and something like wet teeth. She took my hand, guiding my fingers to the stone lip. Cold. So cold it burned. I knew then it wanted me to climb in. Wanted me to feed it my body, my mind, my name. It would wear my skin the way it wore Emily's. But something in me snapped, the last piece of boyish stupidity that believed I could control what I destarted. I spun around, shoved her. So hard she fell to her knees beside the well. She didn't scream, she just laughed, all gurgle and bile, then lunged for my throat with fingers like bone needles. I don't remember deciding to do it. I just remember both of us tipping forward, the feel of her hair sliding through my fists, and then water swallowing us whole. I thought it would feel like drowning. It didn't. It felt like forgetting. My lungs didn't burn. I didn't panic. I sank through a tunnel of cold so vast I swear I saw other faces drifting past me. Jordan, Nathan, others I didn't know, but who knew me. Their eyes were all open, all watching. At the bottom, he waited. Roots for antlers, teeth made of river stones, arms that wrapped around my chest so gently I almost called him father. He whispered in the voice that had haunted me since that first coin. You wished for love, you pay with lineage. Then everything cracked open. I woke on wet grass at dawn, coughing up mud. Emily was gone. The well was sealed with a rusted iron grate I swear hadn't been there before. I staggered home, filthy and empty. I didn't sleep for 3 days. When I finally did, I dreamed of her, standing in my kitchen, skin crawling with moss, humming to our child, a faceless thing with root-tangled hair and a mouth that opened sideways. She looked at me and smiled. He's thirsty. Love. He wants to know you're still loyal. That was 5 years ago. I don't keep coins in my pockets anymore. I don't walk near churches or old wells. Sometimes, when I lie awake, I hear tapping under the floorboards, the same pattern, 3 taps, a pause, 3 more. If you ever see a well that no one talks about, one so old it seems older than the town itself, don't stand near it. Don't wish on it. Don't listen when the water calls your name. This is Shadow Below. If you feel a chill crawling up your spine tonight, remember, he is still thirsty. Subscribe, and sleep carefully. Good night.